Greetings over the diaspora to those that do not speak the languages that we speak. Royal Rising, Grand Rising, Supreme Rising. To everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome back to our space here. Thank you so much for those who are returning to the space. Thank you so much for the new faces as well, for those who have also just joined us here and with us here in our knowledge sharing space. Thank you so much. Please start by subscribing. Please engage with us in the comment section, educate us, correct us, we're wrong. But yeah, as long as we're all here in love and light and regular greeting, welcome back. Pure unconscious, black pure unconscious, knowledge seekers, knowledge collectors, woke gang, anti-woke gang, Togoza Gogo gang, Makosi gang, tarot card gang, chakra hands, yoga hands, everybody, as long as we're all here in love and light, welcome, welcome. Today's a Tuesday, and on Tuesday we do our spiritualities. And last week we introduced the principle Yaruna Djehuti because we were lending, and I did promise, and I think I've been a little bit consistent in that. In every D23, we'll be launching the energy that we are going into, the energy that is prevalent, or the season or the month on the African calendar that we will be going into. So we did a whole episode on another platform. So I did announce go before. There's also in the community tab, there's the poster that we shared from Moya podcast, and we did a whole live situation with Queen Ntigi. And then we introduced our principle last week on our space here. And today we just want to go a little bit more. I thought I'd go deeper into it. But yeah, I think there's just so much to unpack. And today we're just going to be nibbling a little bit on other principles that, or other characteristics that related to our energy, ya Tehuti or Djehuti or Mlomokazi, Mmuelli, Mongodi, Mongodi, Mmuelli, Mongodi. Yeah, Masiperi is still a bit off, but Mlomokazi, Mlobikazi, the scribe. So this energy house, when we introduced it, we did say that this is the principle of communication, wisdom. So all wisdom you can think of, ancient wisdom, current wisdom, future wisdom. So this was the keeper. So Djehuti or Tehuti was depicted as the keeper of knowledge, all wisdom. So also he's described as the magician, the chief magician, the mathematician. And this is the thing that I want us to get a little bit in before, and then we're going to expand some more. So it would take a little bit of rest, but we will take rest December. We only rest in December or whatever. Those hip hop days. But anyway, I want us to speak a little bit more on this principle. We did say that he is the keeper of the Akashic records, which is like all records that ever existed of all knowledge that you ever had, a thought that you've had, intentions that you've had, everything, as long as it's wisdom, access to ancient knowledge, access to past knowledge. So also it's the keeper of your soul's journey, besides the collective, your soul's journey, your past deeds, your present deeds. So and as we clarified in the mythology, when we're trying to explain, so mythology is just a way for us to explain not supernatural, the cosmic, the cosmic. So to help us understand, to help us be able to marry the cosmic as well as the physical. So that is, well, in my understanding and in my, collection of knowledge and stuff like that. So yeah, so let us be a little bit cognizant, or on our space here, different scholars speak a different language. But I say these are just principles to help us understand and be in alignment with nature, which is being in alignment with ourselves as well. So remember, we are co-creators, we are creators. And I think after the numerology episode, yeah, I don't refer to myself as a creative anymore. So now I'm a creator because also for my month. So yeah, this is my month that I'm not going to be wasting as well, since it is the third month on our African calendar. So yeah, I just want to practice being alignment with my life path number as well. So what I want us to talk about today in regards to Tehuti is, I don't know if I mentioned on last week's episode, but this is part of the Lunar gang, right? So as much as this calendar is tracking, or is mainly based on the movement of the sun, mainly based on the occurrences of the solar, but the stellar as well as the lunar are also in effect. I want us also to come now a little bit into why I'm referring to Djehuti as the magician, the mathematician, and I think the architect. And I think for those maybe who have been in this knowledge, the minute you mention that, automatically you think Imhotep, automatically you think Osed, right? Remember Osed, our principal Heka, the one who can make ish happen, via spoken word and whatnot. And with Tehuti being a lunar calendar, so in the mythology it goes how the 365 days, the extra 5 days of the 360 days that used to stand came about, right? So he wasn't gambles with the lunar god or the god of the moon, right? And yeah, from that gambling and then to Huti won, and then Babamo blessed like 5 extra days, which also explains now how Asa or Set or Asa Set, Heru the elder, Heru the young, Linepted came about, right? But these are also not people or creatures or whatever it is, but these are energy principles. And yeah, we will. Yeah, actually, I need to stop saying this. Maybe I must just do maybe my first intro after my break should be just a little bit on the African calendar. But I think, yeah, for those who've watched The Lion King, yeah, also had a nice experience over the past weekend. Yeah, seeing The Lion King in action again. Yeah, it's such a powerful story, actually, very powerful. Anyway, so I want us to get into that principle, Yahache, and how we're going to link it now to a Oset. Why do we say now that Djehuti or Tehuti is now the maker of magic, or the god, the principle that's responsible for the magic, the communication, ancient wisdom, and all of that? So Tehuti is the one that actually plays, because remember Mlomokazi, so the mouthpiece, right? So he is the one that was able to give or set the invoking words, the words to raise up or asa from from being dead. Remember, Asa was also in hibernation due to Set, closed him in a coffin, and then was buried there by the reeds and all of that. So Tehuti, Oset. So Tehuti is the teacher, basically. Yeah, Oset. Imhotep is those who are familiarly content. So you know Hore, he's the architect. So Imhotep Yena was a person who did live. So, but yeah, they're described as the ultimate genius. You've seen God, you Oscars, that sign that they hold. So that is also fashioned from or plagiarized from the principle, the image, yeah, Imhotep, right? So this is the person or the architecture, yeah, so Nali blind architecture, mathematics, dimensions. But it's because now Tehuti or this energy was the one that was able to teach him and bestow these principles on Imhotep, and for him to be so much in alignment that he was able to do all those things. And then Oset Warona, and remember Oset, we also liken her to the moon, right? So unkile the knowledge, or was able to got to manipulate, not manipulate sounds so negative, but be able to work with the energy, yeah, Djehuti, or this creation energy, for her to have those spoken words. For those who are with us in the beginning, when I think, yeah, we did do Ose this year. Or no, or too late. No, I don't think we did Ose. But yeah, those are familiar with the content a little bit. So we would say Osetwa Rona is linked to the moon, right? Is the deity linked to the moon. When we think Unomkubulwane, when we think, the mother energy, the divine feminine, and all of that, we would liken it to the moon. But then now, because Tehuti or Tehuti is the principle, as much as Kiluna, there is that effect, yeah, the solar as well. So it also, before going deeper into it, yeah, so that we don't go deep into it and cause further confusion and stuff, but we also get to see the yin yang effect, the principle ya rona ya Tehuti. So Tehuti is the one that gave Oset, or is the great teacher ya Oset, or Oset was able to enhance this energy or work with this energy ya Tehuti in order to have the words to practice Heka. So remember we spoke called Heka. It's just the nature words, yeah, magic, but great magic. Being able to invoke, being able to manipulate words, being able to structure words, being able to cast spells. And so remember, Lee, how how colonial effects, yeah, always refer to this now. Colonial effects also made us think that using words or spells or whatever, there's even a big hoo-ha. The album Andre 3000 that's out now, where it is in a frequency where it's actually healing, 432 hertz. It's actually healing, and now the people who are trying to keep us away from this content and have caused us to be misaligned. Some also don't know, I think a lot of people maybe existing in religious spaces also don't know the histories behind it, the creation of religion as well, but that is not demonic, dear people. That is not demonic. And yeah, so we're gonna speak about music on some good day. Maybe we'll do it now. A this period, this period when I do pop in here and there, because I'm not gonna be very consistent. I just need a little bit of downtime and also for me to enhance this energy for my other ventures there. All right. So where was I? Frequencies and healing and where was I? But yeah, anyway. Oh, so spelling, yes. So spelling is basically being able to use the right words. When we're affirming, that is as casting spells. When we're speaking good words, when we're speaking bad words. So that is why also I think we spoke about this. Was at the time I'm an arty. I can't remember which energy house we're in, but we are speaking how when we use words to cast spells, so we careful. We need the power of the tongue is very, very powerful. You hear also the saying in religious settings and all of that. But this is because Djehuti was able to give or said because again the principle, the mouthpiece, again the principle of communication, spoken word, written word, So also the poets, this is your time to, not the poets, the artist, those who are artistic in writing, those who express themselves in writing, those who are healing in writing and speaking and all of that. This is your time now, You'd see also the people that are born together season in Lord, y'all can talk. Y'all can talk. But this is you guys being in alignment this season in Ayalona, because you're not the season yeah Mlomokazi. And in our Bantu tongues or the native tongues, most native tongues down here in the south, the suffix yakazi would represent the greater, And in this case, I know we usually use it when it comes to the divine feminine, but in this case, we use it for Djehuti. But maybe we could refer to Djehuti as Mlomo, which is mouth as well, but the great mouth, because this is now the principle now that is responsible, that is there in the beginning of time or pre-time or prime from that word I can't say. Yeah, time before time. Yeah, ancient, 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 ancient. So maybe that is why Azi is used in describing their principle. And then another interesting thing that I want us to talk about today, I think I did touch on the Ibis a little bit last week, but I want to touch on the baboon, which is also another conversation I was having with a friend. So Batswana, a lot of Batswana, their totem is the baboons, the khab or the monkeys, you know. And this friend of mine, she's a Tehuti principal, Debza, what's up? Shout out to you. Oh, and shout out to Dumang as well. Dumang also helps me so much. Please go check him out on what's that platform? TikTok. He goes by Campire Arts. He also unpacks the seasons and these principles so nicely. So it's Campire Arts. He also sells these statues. So yeah, Dumang, go check him out. But he's also his spiritual house. Yeah, the house there in the East Joint. I think it's Ebukosini Solutions. Yeah, I think a lot of people that are here as well are from that space or belong to that space. But please go check him out. He explains it in the kindest of ways, in a very, and also the little things that we don't know about principles. So I do bounce back a lot with him. And yeah, so he's also excellent because he's lived in the Northern Hemisphere. So he's able to nicely marry the north of the south, but he's also part of the scholars that feel that those who are in the diaspora need to align with the motherland. As yeah, but anyway, that's enough. Dumang, I can't remember I was mentioning Dumang, but shout out. Oh, Tebogo. So Tebogo is a Djehuti principal. So she's born season in yeah, Djehuti. And funny enough, that is her totem, yeah, her people. So she's a Tswana lady, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so interesting. Who would have known Hore Okabo and you're related to the principal yet, or you are of the energy house yet Djehuti. High resonance for you. So this was also a time where nice things happen for her, Gaia season in. But while mentioning that baboon and what I wanted to say, which was gonna be a lie, so I don't wanna lie in this season. I was gonna say that it's a royal rising. I am in alignment with the baboons, but maybe I am, maybe the energy is taking me there. So I'm also part of the baboons today where now I am waiting for the sun to rise. I'm gonna be invoking speaking words of magic. So this is what baboons do. So for those who are privileged enough, maybe Hobako Kruger, or to be in an area where you get to witness how animals behave before the sun rises. So you notice that the baboons themselves before, so they speak, they incarnate and speak magic words and speak powerful words, words of higher resonance that align with the cosmos nicely just before the sun rises by Mela Ramaseti, and do their reverence to the sun, Ra, the source of life, the life giver, right? So yeah, so today I am up, I've been up before the sun. Besides the heat, I've been up, and yeah, get energized in a lovely way. Right? Get energized in a lovely way. So that's what baboons do, So and baboons, so Djehuti would also be represented by a baboon, and some artists, because the artists express themselves in such a beautiful way. But in order for us to be able to understand, so you'd see like maybe a baboon, it's where also the papyrus there writing Babang is just the baboon, and baboons are quite intelligent. So those who are very interested, Koboma, National Geographic, I used to love such shows. Yeah, maybe I should be watching those. Yeah, I used to love those. My mother and I would thrive on those. So yeah, I'm mentioning a whole lot of random things. But this is, yeah, I did explain for those who know me, Lankita get 1,000 things at the same time in my head. But yeah, those who study animals and all of that, so they would show you baboons are highly intelligent beings. So that is why also this is used in the depiction, yeah, Tehuti Warona. And then also one of the ancient tools where we linking also the mathematical aspect of Tehuti, because he's also in charge of symbolism and measurements and how these pyramids were constructed, through the power, yeah, Tehuti. I know people want to credit different things and all of that, but the mathematics behind it as well. So we have an ancient tool in Africa. It's called the Lebombo bone. So one of the most ancient tools, yeah, one of the most ancient tools where it's got notches on it, and this was used. Oh yeah, I love it when the dots connect backwards. So this was used to track the cycle. Yeah, the woman. So this was used. This was another timekeeping instrument. So Tehuti as well is also responsible for timekeeping as well. So it would have like notches on the bone, and it was used from the fibula. Those by think bios, or I don't know what you guys call it. Life science. I don't know. I don't know what you guys call it in the new a colonial education system. But yeah, we had like, yeah, I'm part of high grade standard grade people, but we had a subject called biology. I didn't do it post when we're choosing subjects. I didn't do that one, but yeah, Honali, I know the fibula, so it's part of the leg. Yeah, the baboon. So they took that bone and then they made notches. So it's about 29 and a half days, which is roughly the period, yeah, the lunar period, the menstrual cycle, yeah, the woman. And so that is how they would tell time. Okay, no, so you find this because the Limpopo Mountains there in Swaziland. So you can still find it, but it's used as an artifact right now. And yeah, so I like the little thing. Okay, so they also had to use something that comes from the baboon in order to tell time, and then also the baboon is linked to concept ya rona ya Djehuti. I think, yeah, before we go too far with that, I think season, I think I will commit to what I did say, let's try to like these seasons in full. And yeah, so in yeah, little bites, because also let's say balona let's say in misalignment, let's say December post. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for my gifting. Thank you so much for the good vibes that you sent, the kind words. I love words, and especially in this season, I really love words. Yeah, maybe that's why I love words. I love words. And yeah, right now I've been reading a lot as well, which is, yeah, something I'm enjoying thoroughly right now. But happy today and Grand Rising. The sun is probably gonna come up in a couple, but happy today. That is all I have for us today. Those who made it to the end so far, please do like, please do subscribe, please do comment if you haven't done that, and if this is content that you resonate with. And yeah, we will continue, I guess, next week, principal ya rona, and then maybe after next week, re tlo ikwala, and then I'll see you guys again, ka di 23 when we are no on the 21st on the podcast Yamoya Yanzigi, and then we will do our own episode as well, where we're gonna speak the summer solstice, where we're gonna speak the Neptune principle. But in between that, yeah, we're gonna just post little vlogs that I've been keeping the in the archives there. But yes, happy today. We might do the episode I'm intending for next week, this week, so that yeah, get but I'm gonna add happy today, love, light, and long life to you, everybody. Happy today.